In this video, we'll continue on where we left off. This is the curve we made. I have organized these batteries a little bit. For now, I'll copy these batteries to make another identical curve. It's on the top of this one. Here, this is center point for this curve, but I'll not use this one. Although I can change the z value of the center point, I'll connect this point with this point. So here I'll make a addition, and for A I'll use this point, and for B I'll use a z unit z. Because this is a unit vector, I cannot change the length. So here I'll give a slider and put it into the z value. Then I'll be able to change the length of this point. Then instead of this one, I'll switch to this point. So connect all the B's. And connect all the A's here. Then we'll have another point, another curve here. For this curve, I'll make another change to give the z value to each point. So here I'll give a slider bar 50 and another vector xyz. Instead of vector x, I'll change it to vector xyz. So this time I'll use this for x, y is 0, and this is z. And connect this to here and delete this one. Okay. So I can change the z value of this point. I also want to make it to negative value too. So here I'll go to double click the slider and to negative 100 for the minimum value. So here I can control this point. Using the same method, I'll change 3 points, all these 3 points. And make another slider bar. I'll just copy this one and delete these two. Copy these two batteries and disconnect it. Disconnect this one and cancel the expression. And connect this to y, connect this to y, and connect this to z, connect this to z, and x set to 0. This is x set to 0. Okay. So connect this to A, and this one we don't have. This is not correct. It should be minus y. So that's what we have. Okay. Here we got another curve, and we'll copy this curve one more time and using as the third curve and make it smaller. And after we have three curves, I'll use a battery called loft. So what this loft battery does is that it will connect all three curves to make a surface. So I'll put this curve into the curve, press shift button and input the second one and third one. So here we have a surface. And if you go to this button, mesh quality, you can select high quality. So the mesh looks much better. And we'll test again if it's responsive to the parameters. So everything works fine. Okay. After we have this loft curve, we will make the diagonal curves that's running through this lofted surface. So to do that, we have this curve, it's at the bottom, and this curve at the top. So I'll use divide curves for this curve, connect this curve to curve, and give number of 30. So you see the curve is divided to several points, and I'll use the same method for the opening curve. So here we have another set of curves. Slider, I will use the same number for these curves. And double click on the blank space, search for geodesic. Here you go. And the first one is the surface, that's the lofted surface, and start point, that's these points, and the end point, it's these points. This battery will take some time to calculate. Now we have all these curves running through the lofted surface. We'll continue on next video.